Here we go. Your top three NBA plays of the night. You want to roll them into a parlay. It's October 24th. Hit that thumbs up button and let's go. Last night did not go well. We got slammed in the face. Tonight, we're going to hit all three and the parlay. Beautiful, isn't it? We're going to start. We only have a couple of games to look at here on this Thursday beautiful slate. We're going to start with a total. We're going to go over the total with the Boston Celtics and Washington Wizards. 232 and a half, 233 and a half. It ranges. You want to jump in on over 232 if you can still find it as a solo bet, but we're going to go 233 and a half, kind of where we are in this parlay. The biggest thing that we've seen where the book is that we built it, the biggest thing that we've seen here is early on, it's kind of tough to gauge these two teams for different reasons. The Washington Wizards are a bad basketball team. People don't anticipate them being able to score, especially until they see it, right? So there's a lot of faith thinking like, oh, well, they're not going to be able to score a lot of points. The Boston Celtics are really good. Wizards going to give up a lot, probably $130. But the reality is that what can they do offensively? The flip side, of course, is that the Celtics, well, they played so much basketball and they're banged out, they're hurt. No, they're not. They just played a lot of hoops and they won a championship. But you saw what they did coming out with the Knicks. They no problem scoring. Both of these teams undervalued when it comes to getting points on the board this early for different reasons. We think we found a nice small little edge here going over the total. So over the total with the Celtics and Wizards. Now, the flip side of this is where can we find some value on the under? 222. You can see 221 and a half. Probably want to stick with 222 if you can find it here with the Wolves and Kings game. This one, we just saw Minnesota come off that game against the Lakers, and I don't know if you're really going to get much from Julius Randle, who just does not look interested. No knock on him personally, but come on, man. I mean, he just doesn't look like he's truly excited, leaving the Big Apple for the Big Mini, or whatever the hell Eric Lindquist and Neil Orfield and anybody else from there calls it. The reality, and he's not Lindquist from there, Iowa, but he claims many. That's fine. You have a Minnesota Timberwolves team, say Vikings, because they're in action again tonight. It's going to be a bad night, I think, for Minnesota all around. Mike Conley doesn't do jack shit, and Rudy Gobert is not an offensive piece. So you've got a couple of guys you're already looking at playing some quality minutes that are going to get tough points up on the board. I don't know what you're getting with DeMar DeRozan either in Sacramento and how much of an adjustment period that is. We go under the total here with the Wolves and the Kings. So far, this is what we got. Look at that beauty right there. Jason Tatum up there on the big board. So far, this is what we have, right? We've got an over 233 and a half Boston, Washington, under 226 and a half Minnesota, Sacramento. Before we move on, if I may, and we're going to get that final leg in here and show you what the ticket looks like. We have this deal going, Portfolio EV. This thing is crushing. This was last year, and I showed you this. All of the bets that we successfully hit last year to the tune north of a 7% ROI across the board. You can get in right now. First week is just $1 with code DUNK. That's it. Your first week is $1 with code DUNK. Yes, there is a link below. This is what I did in the NBA last year. Proud to post this. 7.5% ROI. Made nearly $9K just betting the NBA. All right. Well, what have you done for me lately? I get it. Well, how about clearing over 8 units last night, up over 9 units just in 2 days? The NBA began. And this is Portfolio EV. I do not bet the NBA, specifically player props, without going to Portfolio EV first. This is what it looks like. Derek Lively, under 7.5 rebounds. This was the number one play when I bet it on OddsShopper. We bet it over at DK to get the best return on Lively. That's it. Over 232 and a half. Celtics Wiz. That dropped. Under 221. Wolves Kings. That dropped. Under 7.5. I don't know what's going on with this graphic here. Just look at the ticket. My God. What is going on with the graphic? Who put this graphic up? You couldn't get either one of these totals right. The ticket is over 232 and a half Celtics Wizards, under 221 Wolves Kings, and under 7.5 rebounds for Derek Lively. My goodness. If I can get some signups out of this video, forget the parlay. That'll do. Unbelievable. I'd ask you to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, but it's a disaster, an absolute disaster. I'll see you on the Discord.